Knovel Protocol empowers writers and readers with Web3-based literary ecosystem.
Hi, I'm Abigail Cameron, founder of Knovel Protocol, the premier literary platform that's based on Web3 that's meant to curate and foster an organic, growing community between authors and their audiences. And before I get into what we are and what we do, I'm going to talk about all of the problems posed by traditional publishing. One, there is a high barrier to entry. It often requires, authors to get in contact with an agent. An agent puts them in contact with some sort of publisher, and with that, there's not much transparency in the publishing process, right? It often requires them giving up a lot of creative control, as such they can't monetize any sort of additional content, and it's just not really as fast and as smooth as it should be. This is where the blockchain comes in. First and foremost, it lowers the barrier to entry. Anyone can come in, have access to the blockchain, and such is globally accessible, right? It enables transparent automatic royalty distributions due to the underlying mechanisms in our smart contracts. Authors can then set their own licensing terms and their own prices. And with things like NFTs, you can get additional revenue streams through attaching any sort of digitized content to your creative works. And before I go any further, let's just jump into like the platform a bit. First and foremost, we wanted to make the platform as normie friendly as possible because we're trying to appeal to the everyday author, right? Anyone can come in, have access to our entire bodies of work that are published on our platform. You can come in, see a book, like it, go read the book on our platform, rate a book, bookmark a book, anything that you want, comment, have an interactive experience. You can write your own book on our platform, and our benefit as well is not only can you publish a book on our platform, but you can come back and add any sort of additional content to any body of unfinished work. So you don't have to have a book fully published. You can have maybe a chapter or two, come back and then add as you go along. Really seamless experience. And then, as I mentioned before, the community aspect is something that we look forward to, and we really try to build into our platform. So you get, a curated feed for books that you might like, depending on the genres that you tend to read. You can follow different authors or follow different community members, get access to the things that they might like, and follow any like-minded individuals. All of this very seamless and non-Web3 facing at all. So we try to make it as not dangerous or as not as intimidated as you think. Most people think Web3 or the blockchain is. Currently, the global publishing industry sits at around $204 billion, of which $8 billion is for self-publishing only. We believe that if we can capture maybe 1 to 2% of that, that would bring us to around $80 to $160 million. And that's very conservative on our end because, again, the self-publishing industry as a whole is growing rapidly. And I believe by 2034, it's expected to reach around $234 billion. In terms of our competitors, there's the Amazon KDP, the Wattpad, the Book.ios, but we believe that we do something unique in that not only are we making this accessible on the blockchain, but we really try to have an integrative experience where you could do everything on our platform. And things like the interactions between authors and readers is monetized and incentivized. In terms of our traction, we're still fairly new, but we are proud of a lot of the partnerships that we've made in the space so far, primarily with OnePiece Lab and Camp Network, who are like bigger than us in this Web3 world. We have over 100 books on chain, access to 20 plus independent authors, and right now around 1,000 plus members actively engage with us across social media platforms. Our team, again, we're a very uniquely situated and curated team. I come from a smart contract engineer background, so I'm like very attuned to what Web3 is and what is required. My business partner, Tyrese, is very in tune with the author community. So we believe that we've taken essentially the best of both worlds, and we're trying to offer the best product for the literary community. In terms of our ask, we're asking for around 500K. The majority of this would go into product development. We do have our roadmap and certain goals that we're trying to hit, and we believe that this ask would bring us one step closer to achieving these goals. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this.